My name is Steven and this is my channel, Heart's Delight Exports. Okay, so it's time to get back to work at this armoire. I'm not very energetic towards it. I really want to do it, but I think I'm intimidated by not doing the job well enough. Having the project turn out and have people look at it, it's an armoire, but not that good, it's all rickety, blah, blah, blah. I'm afraid of the insults and possibly the downplay of how well it turned out. I don't know, maybe I'm just afraid. Okay, so now that I have the major holes filled in this piece, it's time to start trimming off the edges. I'm going to run them through the table saw. So I'm going to take them all down to 3 1/4, and then I'll take off probably that 1/4 or maybe another 1/4 on the other side to clean up all the edges. I'll worry about filling the nail holes later. But for right now, I want to clean up the faces of it and get it ready for the next step, which would be mortise and tenon joinery to join the top, bottom, and middle stiles section to the rails, if you know what that terminology means. Okay, so next I want to set my table saw fence to just under 3 3/8. Let's see how much or how little of this I really need to take off in order to accomplish what I'm looking for. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is to start laying out for the mortise and tenon joinery that I'm going to use to connect these side panels together. So I have to remember that I left extra 2 inches on these 2x4 corner pieces. So I need to come in minimum of 1 inch extra on each side on each end in order to start laying them out. It's not a big deal, but if I don't remember it, then when I go to even these out, they're going to be either 2 inches long and I'm going to be scratching my head, or I'm going to be right on a new I'm going to add dimension to this thing without intending to. I also need to do a bit more sanding, a lot more sanding, and I have to decide which is going to be my presentation face for these 2x4s. It's not a big deal. A lot of it's going to be painted over and I can fill holes or dents or whatever. This is reclaimed wood after all. But the more I decide ahead of time, the less will be decided for me once I get to a point of no return and I can't change anything. So before I start quite laying out the mortise holes, I'm going to cut my cross members. I need 6 of them all together, and I'm going to cut them to 14 inches long. I only need them to be 10 inches long, but those extra 4 inches will give me a 2-inch tenon on either end. Okay, so that gives me a top, a bottom, and a middle for each side. Now unfortunately, at least a couple of them has got a bit of bark or a bit of wing, not this wing, this wing onto it. So unfortunately, but at least an inch of that on either side is going to be taken off in the tenon. So that part's not so important. What's more important is what looks like, see if I can get that, no autofocus. The end is a bit ragged there, but it suddenly looks like the cut is not squares. The cut not being squares, fairly important thing. Good thing the tenon will help cover that up. I'll have the mark out for the tenon in a minute. Okay, so that's all I'm going to get done for today. Thumbs up if you liked it, comment if you got some advice, paint color or something, and we'll see you next time I'm in the shop.